Unearth the forgotten pages of World War II, where a chilling guide reveals the grim realities faced by German soldiers in the North African campaign. A captured document, unearthed from the archives of American intelligence, unveils the secrets and dangers that awaited them in the unforgiving Libyan desert. This is not just a story of war, but a battle against an unseen enemy. Disease, venom, and the harsh realities of a foreign land. The stark contrast between the familiar landscapes of Germany and the brutal climate of Libya demanded adaptation, a fight for survival against ailments unknown in the fatherland. Water, the lifeblood of any army, became a treacherous source of illness. Soldiers were forbidden from drinking untreated water, a silent killer lurking in every well and stream. Even seemingly harmless refreshments like mineral water and street vendor treats were deemed a threat, capable of crippling an army faster than any enemy offensive. Hygiene was paramount. Raw meat, unpasteurized milk, and even seemingly innocent fruits became potential vectors of disease. The scorching heat turned food into a breeding ground for deadly bacteria, a constant threat to the soldiers' well-being. Flies, those ubiquitous pests, were now agents of death, carrying unseen pathogens. The desert teemed with hidden dangers. Fleas, lice, ticks, and mosquitoes were not mere annoyances, but vectors of deadly diseases. Soldiers were urged to use insecticide, to hunt mosquitoes in their shelters, and to sleep under mosquito nets, a fragile barrier against a microscopic enemy. Even the very ground they walked upon presented a threat. Venomous snakes and scorpions lurked beneath the sand, ready to strike. Soldiers were warned to never walk barefoot, and to meticulously check their boots, a favorite hiding place for scorpions. In the event of a bite, a desperate procedure was outlined, constricting the limb, making an incision, and attempting to suck out the poison, a gruesome act of self-preservation. Animals, often seen as companions, were now potential carriers of deadly diseases like rabies. Soldiers were forbidden from befriending stray dogs, cats, or monkeys. Inoculations were not optional, but a mandatory shield against the diseases that threatened to decimate their ranks. A soldier who refused vaccination endangered not only himself, but his entire unit. This document is a chilling testament to the brutal realities of war, a reminder that the enemy is not always who you see on the battlefield. Sometimes, the deadliest foe is the environment itself. Across the scorching sands of North Africa, a hidden war raged, not just between armies, but between cultures. As German soldiers marched into Libya, they carried with them not only weapons, but also a set of chilling directives. These weren't just orders, they were a stark reflection of a twisted ideology. Malaria, a deadly threat, lurked in the shadows. Soldiers were warned, ignore preventative measures at your peril. Neglecting your health endangered everyone around you. In the relentless heat, prickly heat, and agonizing skin irritation became a common enemy. The recommended solution: frequent washing in warm water and lathering with soap, leaving the lather for 15 minutes before drying. The key: always try to stay dry and avoid the dwellings of the local population. When seeking shelter, extreme caution was paramount. Every house, every barrack, had to be meticulously inspected before being used as lodging. When erecting tents, the ground chosen had to be protected from snakes and scorpions, dangers that whispered in the desert night. But the most unsettling instructions were those concerning the Libyan people themselves. These documents reveal the chilling mindset of the Nazi regime. German soldiers in Libya, the orders declared, represented a nation of superior racial and cultural standing. They were to conduct themselves as worthy representatives of this supposed master race. The local inhabitants were not to be treated as equals. Interference in their affairs was strictly forbidden. Arrogance, however, was discouraged. The goal was to project an image of undeniable superiority, so the locals would recognize and acknowledge their place. The Libyan people, it was stated, did not think or feel as the German soldiers did. Restraint was essential in all interactions. Soldiers were cautioned not to offend their sensibilities. Respect for local customs and religious practices was demanded, though the underlying contempt was palpable. They were not to mock the locals for their public prayers. When entering mosques, local customs were to be strictly observed, and above all, local women were to be avoided. German soldiers, it was emphasized, must respect the family traditions of the Libyan people. Moderation in alcohol consumption was crucial. Soldiers were never to lose control. Tact, even with the locals who were generally well disposed toward them, was paramount. When dealing with local merchants, vigilance was key. The first task was to determine if the asking price was exorbitant. It was believed that locals would reduce their asking price because they were used to people haggling with them. When in doubt, soldiers were instructed to contact the police or Italians familiar with the country. These were the cold, calculated instructions given to soldiers in a land far from home. They reveal a disturbing attempt to enforce not just military occupation, but also cultural domination.